welcome to my experience. This is kind of interesting. I'm trying to get in the military. I'm not in the military. I'm doing my best to. And I'm just going to film not what's going on or anything, but just let you know kind of what my experience is. If I get a chance to film a few cool things that happens, that's awesome. I'll show them here. But I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my experience. And so about 4 years ago, I was 16. I was thinking, oh, I really want to go into the military. This is so awesome. I picked out a branch because I thought it was the coolest. Nothing other than cool. There was no other reason. Bad idea. It was the Marines. I never got into the Marines. I never actually fully attempted to because I was 16. Some things happened in the past 4 years, and I'm just starting to try again try to get into the military. So my experience, I did some study. I studied a lot. I did a lot of reading on military.com. I did a lot of reading on balancedcareers.com. But then I also bought some books. Choosing the branch that I wanted, I read a lot of books by Snow Wildsmith. Weird name, but he's a good author. He has information on the Air Force, on joining the Air Force, on joining the Navy, on joining the Marines, Coast Guard, and Army. So all of those, and I read all of them. It really helped me choose which one was the best which one was the best one for me, and that's what you need to choose for yourself. So I'm choosing Army, so after reading all that was great. I spoke to a recruiter. I asked him every question I had. I had multiple things in my past that needed to be gone over, and he was like, "You passed my initial screening." I had asked him every question I had, and I still am asking him questions, like everything. He was like, "Okay, we need you to take a practice ASVAB, and we need you to look at these. You are not going to join the military in that recruiting office. You can't do that. You got to go through MEPS first. And at MEPS, that's where you can swear in. I think that's the word for it. So I took a preparatory ASVAB. I got a fairly good score on it. I was like, hey, cool, this is awesome. But I needed to study because I wanted to ace my ASVAB as best as I can. I wanted to be really, really good at it because I wanted a specific MOS. So I went online. I bought Kaplan ASVAB Prep Plus. Obviously, this is a 2018-2019 one. I took the ASVAB at the beginning of 2020. Yeah, 2020. So I got a great score. I studied for about 3 months with this. 3 or 4 months, actually. And there's lots of cards in the back, study cards. There's tests. Gotta fill in the everything, and I can't promise any of those answers are correct, so don't copy those. There's lots of tests. There's study material. It is full of it. It was great. I really loved it, and I got a much better score on my ASVAB when I actually took it than when I took my preparatory one. But 30 days before, I also started studying with this. This is the Spire Study System, 2019-2020. I started using this about 30 days before I actually took it, it was a little less, actually, because I didn't actually know when I was going to actually take it until about 2 weeks before. So this was great. Both of these, I think, totaled out to be about $40 together. Each one was about $20 each. Well, the Kaplan was $20. This was actually $7.99. So this is pretty cheap. Depending on how your brain works, one of them might be better than the other. There's more than just these two. There's the Dummies Guide. I think there's the Idiot's Guide. There's lots of different ones. So you pick what's best for you. Again. So there's actually a book for MEPS. I haven't read it. I just know my own experience. So I don't know anything about that book, but it's on eBay. It's literally called Military Entrancing Processing Station. So it might just be a bunch of rules and stuff about it. I don't know. But you can look that up, research, decide whether you want to pay $12 for it. It's not an expensive book. Anyway, my experience at MEPS, I went the night before. Got there, well, I went twice. Got there around, first time around 3. Hung around there until 8:20. And then there was a meeting, and then we had free time until 11. At 11, we had to be in our rooms. Nobody but our roommate and me could be in that room ever. You couldn't bring a family member with you into that room. That room was for you and your roommate and no one else. So I was in bed actually by 10 o'clock. I went to sleep. Got up at 4. They'll call you, wake up call, by 4:15, but depending on how many people, you might not get that call until like 4:30, 4:40 even. You have to be downstairs by 4:45. So, we ate, free dinner, free breakfast, we ate, we were on the bus by 5:45, we were gone by 5:45, we were at MEPS by 6 o'clock, we were inside MEPS by 6:15, 6:20, somewhere in there. We went and grabbed our name tags, which had which branch we were going, it had our names, and it had what we needed to do. At MEPS, so you get that from your liaison, your branch liaison. Then, depending on what you have to do at MEPS, you may have to take the ASVAB. If you take the ASVAB, you're going to normally do that first, and you want to get there, be the first one to take it, because they have limited stations for taking it. So you don't want to be spending a ton of time there. You'll probably be done with the ASVAB by, at the latest, 10 o'clock. If you're one of the first ones. If you're stuck waiting for 3 hours, too bad. So I was finished by 9 o'clock. So I was in medical by 9:05. And that's a lot of waiting. They'll talk to you first, then they'll tell you what's going to happen. They give you your file, you fill out everything. You then sit and wait for what you need to do. First thing, it might actually vary what they do first, but they draw your blood, they check your eyesight, they check your hearing, they do a urine test, they do a physical, and they do ortho and neuro, and they also weigh and do your height. So you want to make sure you're at least within the weight limit. If you're not, they're going to do your BMI, and that was my big problem. I was 14 pounds heavier, and the way they do your BMI, you might do your own BMI and find, oh, you're 27, that's great, you pass, right? Well, the way they do it, they don't take your height, and they don't do your height and weight and just figure it out from that. They measure you, they do your neck, they do your waist, they do your hips. They will take it from there. It's different. It's going to be 5 more or 5 less than what you originally normally are. So they made me 5 more, and I failed. I was temporarily disqualified after I talked to the doctor, and I was sent out of there. I am going back, but I have to lose the weight. I have to lose that BMI and the extra BMI. So that's what I'm doing. My recruiter's keeping on top of me about that. That is important. Make sure you're ready for all of this. It can be pretty weird being there, because when they do your height and weight, at least when I did it, I was stripped down to my underwear and bra, and that was it. No socks. And they did my height and weight. There were 5 or 6 other girls in there. And then we did ortho neuro, which duck walk, pretty crazy. Then there was they checked your bottom of your feet, your balance, your back, make sure your spine was okay. That's another thing. No thongs. That was a big thing, a big sign on the door, and I was like, oh my gosh, how many people actually wear a thong over here? But so I guess some people do. So I just had regular briefs. I think there was no bike shorts, no boy shorts. You just had to wear briefs, something like that. No see-through. Anyway, they didn't say anything about no sports bra or no regular bra, but no see-through bra. No, I wouldn't do a lacy bra. Anyway, it might be different every time depending on what MEPS station you go to. I don't know. I've only been to one. So I wore a sports bra, but one thing that they made sure was they needed to be able to see your spine all the way up to the top of your neck. So the sports bra I had on, thankfully, it was clear there, so they could actually see it. There was no problem. But I would make sure they can see your spine all the way up, just on the safe side. Anyway, so that's my experience. I'm going back there. I'll let you know what that is like. I'm also trying to get fit and ready, and lose some of the weight. I can post a little bit on that too if you want. So have a good day and good luck.